Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I wanted to do was talk about a lending opportunity that a lot of people don't think about. They usually think, oh, I'm going to go to a commercial bank, get conventional lending. But if you're a small business owner, you may be wise to consider this alternative option, which is SBA loans. So in this video, we're actually going to explain what SBA lending is and go through the pros and cons and see if it's right for you and your business. So before we dive into this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now that you've done that, let's go ahead and dive right in. So now you may be wondering, what exactly is the SBA? Well, the SBA is the Small Business Administration, and it's an agency within the federal government that helps support entrepreneurs and small businesses. Usually they provide a variety of different, grants, support through coaching, and they have centers that you can go to and get support from other people that were either entrepreneurs or effective at coaching entrepreneurs. But in today's video, we're really going to focus on the lending portion of the SBA. And really, contrary to what people typically think, the SBA does not loan money to anyone. Essentially, what they do is they partner with lending institutions and they guarantee a portion of the loan, thus lowering the risk for lending institutions so that they're more likely to be able to loan money to small businesses and really startups, people who are just getting started in business. Now, the reason this is beneficial is because obviously over 50% of the jobs out there are produced by small businesses. So the more we support small businesses, the better the economy performs, and that's really the purpose of the SBA as a whole. Now that we understand what the SBA is and that we understand that they offer loans, let's go through the pros and cons of the loan program so that you can determine whether or not it's right for you and your business. So really, the first pro associated with the SBA financing is the ability to qualify. And a lot of lending institutions, if you're a startup or don't really have a proven track record, it's very hard to secure commercial financing for even the acquisition of a property. When you're talking about SBA lending, they're a little bit more flexible with who they actually are able to guarantee loan money to. Obviously, they're going to want to see a business plan. They're going to want to see a lot of different things in order to guarantee that, you have a good approach and you're going to be going forward and be successful in your business. But, there are certain economic times. So, for example, we're currently in the COVID-19 pandemic, near the tail end, hopefully. And a lot of lending institutions, regardless of whether or not you're a successful restaurateur, they don't even want to touch restaurants. And your cash flows may support the fact that you're able to grow and expand and do what you need to do, but a lot of conventional lending is not available to you because of the current environment we're in. That's where potentially the SBA can come in and say, okay, well, we're looking at this as a whole, and our focus is to try to support small businesses that are really supporting the economy. Thus, they may be willing to guarantee the loan, at least a portion of the loan, and thus grease the wheels of the lending institution to be able to secure your loan. So that's one thing, is your ability to qualify. Number two is the lower down payment requirements. Typically on SBA loans, in particular the 504, which is one that allows you to purchase real estate with, you can qualify for as low as 10% of a down payment. If you're going to be approaching a conventional lender, the minimum I've ever seen is 15%, but typically it's in that 20, 25, almost 30% at times as a down payment. So if you need cash in your business in order to support whatever the functions are within your business, it may be wise to consider SBA lending because now you have a lower down payment. And so you get to keep more of that cash in your business to be able to support your business operations. So that's the second reason why SBA lending can be beneficial. And number three is another benefit is longer amortization periods. Now you may be thinking, what is amortization? Amortization is how long the loan payments are spread over. So the longer the period is, the lower your mortgage payment's going to be because those payments are spread over a longer period of time. Typically in conventional lending, you're looking roughly around 20 years, sometimes 15 to 20 years is usually the amortization period length. Now on SBA financing, you can jump up to almost 20, sometimes 25 years. And so your mortgage payment's going to be lower. So your cash flow is going to be better within your business, and you can use more cash to be able to perform your business operations and potentially use some of that cash flow to continue to grow and expand and really grow your business so that it is the best it can be given what your goals are. So those are some of the pros associated with the SBA financing option. Now here are some of the cons. The cons is that it's extremely slow process. Typically in conventional lending, you could be looking at 45 to 60 days of processing time. SBA, could take over 90, 120. I've seen sometimes taking almost 6 months to get the loan approved and through the process. So that obviously can be a hindrance, because if the property you're trying to purchase, the seller wants to get out and doesn't want to have to deal with that long processing time, it could inhibit your ability to actually get into that property. And it can be a very frustrating experience, because they're going to require a significant amount of documentation and whatever else. So if you're not prepared for that, it could be something that is a little bit disheartening. So number one is the slow processing time. Number two is the SBA fee. Usually there's a fee associated with the SBA program that continues to support the program going forward. And usually that's in that 1% to 2% of the transaction range. And so you can imagine if the loan amount is quite significant, that SBA fee can be quite significant on the front end. So that's something to consider in your analysis to see whether or not going the SBA route is right for you. And then finally, number three is that usually there is a personal guarantee required. What this means is that if you do secure an SBA loan, you're going to have to pledge your personal assets to be able to secure that loan. So if your business goes under and you're unable to repay the debt, the bank and the lending institution and potentially even the SBA have the option to be able to go through your personal assets to recoup the initial investment. So those are the three things you need to consider prior to jumping into SBA financing. Now, if you for some reason believe that SBA financing is right for you, and I'm a huge proponent of SBA financing, especially those who have one or two operations, because it allows you to be able to get into some of these opportunities where lending institutions like, through conventional lending may not allow you to be able to do so. So it is a very unique opportunity for small businesses to be able to secure financing, get a lower mortgage payment, lower down payment, and, utilize that capital more effectively within their business. Now, before you actually do seek SBA financing, I would highly encourage you to reach out to lending institutions or commercial banks that are SBA preferred lenders. Essentially, what this means is that they only have to go through their underwriting process, and then they send the results of their underwriting process to the SBA, and they're stamped with approval. If they're not SBA approved lending institutions, it doesn't matter if the bank performs their underwriting process. Whatever they send over to the SBA, they're going to have to perform their own underwriting on what the bank did. So it just drags out the process longer than it needs to be. So if you're going to seek SBA financing, I would highly encourage you to go with an SBA preferred lender to streamline the process of actually securing an SBA loan. So hopefully you gained some value from this video. If you're looking to buy commercial real estate here in the Louisville metro area and you're looking to do SBA financing, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you identify and help you secure a commercial property and pair you with some SBA preferred lenders in town that I trust and I've worked with in the past. So if you want to reach out to me, my number is 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at raphael@crisantigroup.com. If you like this channel, again, I would really, really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So thank you again for your time. We'll see you all next time.